Today na the 7th day of April 2022. 20 more days for Salone independence. But today, we want to look inside wetin ACC them fenot about the 2019 audit report and the COVID-19 special report. Into una know say will not be there small, but ACC don't begin release from the 13th day of March. Now them begin for release. Waiting, then don't fenot. If you go on our website, you go see all the from number 1, episode 1 to episode 4. The different areas them where ACC don't touch by the audit report. 1, Bombali District Council, they don't look inside it. Koinadugu District Council, they don't look inside it. All the wire, then be appear by the report. Freetown City Council, they don't look inside it. Cambia District Council, they don't look there. Anes by Kuroma University, Jala University. All the one they were give you so, episode 1. All that one day, ACC don't release, waiting then fenot na the different one then where I tell you so. On episode 2, ACC look inside the McKinney Government Hospital, Falaba District Council, Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA, Sierra Leone Roads Authority, Sierra Leone Maritime Administration, and the Guma Valley Water Company. Episode 2. Now that one and the ACC don't deal with already. Episode 3. ACC don't look again. The pathway then be left. The Cambia District Council, the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, the Sierra Leone Airport Authority, the Petroleum Directorate, the Sierra Leone Cable Network, when a Salcab. That na episode 3, where ACC don't look inside already. No, not today, you don't know. Wait. Salcab then get Public Financial Management Improvement and Consolidated Project. And then I close episode 3. Episode 4, when I then release today. Ministry of Defense, then have been there. Sierra Leone Police. Triple LF, Salone Police. Okay. Office of National Security. Now then they inside episode 4. Where ACC don't deal with already. So there you the different aspects them. I not go come for Kangi all the findings, but the one the way interest me, I go lay on a table. The panelists then go come. The one the way interest them, then go lay on a table. You go on our website, you go meet all the findings then day. Oh, you want guess who say AAA1 begin? Who saw you feel say I want touch first? Now waiting they say now they tell you waiting ACC say. Okay. Let's begin with Salone Police. Because you don't say. As they say corruption, Salone Police. Hey. As they say bribery, Salone Police. We talk to the driver and say them the book. As she then they say Salon Police. Okay. Salon Police, the name play inside the 2019 audit report. So let we can look waiting ACC Fenot, but Salon Police. Yeah? Something about name will be done the give Salon Police. But you know, we actually get some right. You get one that I meant. Because you even comment and before I say Salon Police, you get one that I meant. Sierra Leone Police, this time inside episode 4. The COVID-19 audit report alleged say Salon Police no follow the procurement regulation for buy 40 motor bike. Salon Police for buy 40 motor bike. The audit report say how for buy them bike here, they no follow them procedure then they. And so the audit report say. We make the audit report say 368 million loans being lost from Salon Police the own side. And when they ask Salon Police for go count them 40 bikes here, Salon Police not be able for show the auditors them the 40 bike them. Because since the procurement procedure not be go fine, the auditor they say, well, on account the bike then physically, all 40 motorbikes they make you can see and say, now them bike here una been buy. But Salon Police not be able for produce the 40 bikes them. Now so the audit report say. Well, brothers and sisters in Sierra Network. Ladies and gentlemen, Francis Ben Kaifala in team then spring into action. And this now waiting the investigation. However, be fair not. Is somebody listening? I don't tell you waiting the audit report say the procurement, the procedure for make them buy care 40 motorbike. They no follow them. Then the auditor they ask say, well, we count them 40 motorbike care, but let we can see all 40 will count or touch and so we feel them. The police not do them. So the auditor then say because of that, the government be lost 368 million loans. All right. Anti-corruption. Bakong. Then spring into action. This is now waiting and find out. 1. On the 27th of March, them being request for 40 motorbikes. Who are them? Salon Police. Now they request for 40 motorbikes. Waiting do. They say they need them motorbikes here for patrol the various border crossing points. Take note. Now don't they talk say we get porous borders them. Now don't they talk say the borders them now they people and they pass. Now they smugglers then they pass. If border lock na gbalamuya na in lock. The other side then they know they lock. What's the bike man then sabi then they pass the. So Salon Police say maybe something like that's how we do that. That's how we do that program now. Then they say, okay, well, you know what thing we need for buy 40 motorbikes. So 40 motorbikes waiting do for patrol the various border points them. And they say them border points and they're not motorable. In fact, if they're motorable, they get motor for patrol. Let's say they're motorable. How much motorcar Salon Police get? When them be go for budget, what till them talk day? So anyway, Now ACC now then they give you this update say they need the bike because them place then they no motorable. So that people when they enter the country illegally, then go back on them. And then go able for screen people properly for COVID-19. Then they be done on the 27th of March. On the 31st of March, an emergency procurement committee meeting is so important. Yeah. I want you listen. No. The border crossing point forever and so then be done there. But anyway, the auditor them be asked for certain things then we they not produce. So now ACC defend not waiting be really happen. They say 4 days after the last day of March, they call an emergency procurement committee meeting. Then they then do a number so that how them for acquire for buy them motorbike here, then go approve them. One time. After this meeting, the one they will sit down there, they say they don't get any objection for Salon Police for go ahead for buy them 40 motorbikes here. One time. For the sole source method for be used and the National Procurement Authority, then deem and fit say they don't listen from Salon Police and Salon Police say this is urgent. What in them be sabi will be the past that thing they will not sabi. Anyway, na security matters, then it tell you. Urgent. Anything na security matter, urgent. So because it's urgent, they make it go ahead. The way it go ahead. Remember, the auditor, they will go say, they not follow. So, now the SLP, the Sierra Leone Police and Database, they already get everything sorted there. So they ask for submit a bid for the 40 motorbikes. The bid, Salon Police Evaluation Committee, now they evaluate them. The evaluation committee na Salon Police, now they evaluate. And the recommendation for the award of the contract and conclude them. The how then do the evaluation process, procurement self become inside, and then self check them, then self say, go ahead. Well, no day. Let we do them quick. Not for the border. But we do them which one they will stem for. On the 9th of April 2020, then signed contract between the company we for supply the motorbike and Sierra Leone Police. And the company be supply the motorbike. They want we for believe say waiting them fair not say even the cost being less. Well, the person we talk price for Salon Police, he try you. Not so. The person really try. He talk price so that the price can down to 21,702,000. And we then compare the price to other bikes them where the procurement authority be done by. Now be 21,500,000. ACC on a left now. Una say we are less in cost. 21 million, but similar bikes. Okay. Let me make you understand. Let me make you understand small, yeah? ACC say it been less in cost when at 21,702,000. But then similar bike then they we then check the procurement then price norm now be 21,500,000. So how 21,500,000 beaucoup pass 21,702,000. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. The company being come with the bike and the company na come enterprise of 12 Pademba Road. How much them be later sell am na 12 million leons. 12 million leons. 21 million. Anyway, let's continue. 12 million leons each. And I am the sole distributor of CAM 125 bike them. One of that bike day, now the police be buying. And I say, CAM Enterprise, now the sole distributor for 5 African countries, the West alone included. And when they break down the cost for each bike, we told in tax day 15% GST, delivery, bike assembly, fuel, oil, and warranty. All the inside it. What's the ACC back for notes? I beg pay attention, boo. That during the period of the transaction, NRA GST invoice, they no give am. CAM Enterprise no give NRA GST invoice. Eh? Okay? SLP, Sierra Leone Police back, accept something where they against now the laws of Sierra Leone. Even though, what the SEC fair not say, the money where them pay, it include GST. But the receipt where they give, not a GST receipt. All right. The money where they pay get GST param, but the receipt where they give no get GST. CAM Enterprise. Let's continue. So, according to Salon Police, where ACC pick this up, say, why make this happen? Salon Police say, well, it was an oversight. We not take notice of them. Because we forbidden request from them for NRA invoice. But now because of the urgent nature of the demand for the like seriously. So Salon Police so need this bike. That they give a receipt. When not to GST receipt, they still take her. Say because waiting new, they need the bike urgently. Now I make her they think otherwise, but this urgent, I just put pan this thing say, I need that urgently. Now I make to the receipt all. Una pay, una give GST. Una pay, una give GST you for the money, but when una receipt, not to GST receipt, then una still accept her, but una say na because una be urgent. All right. We don't hear again. The urgent nature won't need the bike them. But during the course of the investigation, then produce NRA GST invoice to ACC. ACC say during the course of the investigation, NRA receipt appear jin. When the auditor ask, nothing no appear. Bike no appear, receipt the procurement procedure no appear, nothing. But when ACC come, ACC self agree say the first receipt to them give them, not to be GST NRA receipt. But during the course of the investigation, NRA receipt appear. Then be give to ACC. Then ACC say, then take the receipt, then carry and go to NRA. For go make sure say, that GST, where them people have be open that bike, they don't pay them. And lo and behold, the GST owed by the company has been filed and deducted from its credit balance. So they not go pay you. But then we get some other money where they be don't pay, where like returns, where then credits to their account. So now that one day, now then take just credit and the receipt so then give now, where then go give ACC. ACC look for the NRA look for the company, then just minus that one. They say, well, if you now get 1,000 to we, then they receipt all the proof 500, or they deduct 500, so now 500 now I get. So not to force yourself, then go, okay? But on a normal basis, how it's being done, that's what they can do, huh? Anyway, they say that we need the bike urgently. So ACC concludes say, it is therefore clear, not dark, it's transparent, it's clear, not black, a white. For say the procurement process be there in line with waiting NPPA Act of 2016 and part of the supply chain of bikes. For say them man they not to middleman, and there was no overpricing of the bikes. He said they no overpriced by the bike, and the person not to be middleman, but na be supplier. And so ACC fair not. ACC not see the 40 bike. They not tell we say they see. Okay? Audit report say they not see 40 bike. Well, the bike then about a crossing point. So that they go get at it all. Whether they go get at it for cam. From Mustang 2020. Then bike then did it again. How much per them bike then do if you say they run right now? From 2020 in Sierra Leone. Anyway, at that ACC fair note from Sierra Leone police. I want to take one more before I begin with panelists them. Who's I for go for them again? With all the one they will be reading now just now. Who's I for go for them? Let's go sal cab. This time be they make money or not make money again. I go sal cab. The Auditor General in report 2020 may highlight 6 vehicles owned by Salcab. They not be registered in the name of the company. Now Salcab now they get the motorcar, but they not register under Salcab. Now so the Auditor General in report say. So ACC say, well, let them look into them. let them come tell we wetin them fair not. The team sprung into action, and these are their findings. At the conclusion of the investigation, 1. ACC self-confirmed say the vehicle may not register in the name of Salcab despite being owned by the company. Salcab gets them. But the name within at the paper, not to Salcab. Then I would get her. Salcab then get her by mouth no more, not to by paper. If Salcab say that then get the motoka, but not to the name then at the paper, who get her? All right. ACC be established that one day for say yes. That's so then fair not. 2. As a result of poor performance of Salcab, the government be decide for lease part of Salcab in operation to Zulab and NFTC. And then are 2. That's so then fair not. 3. Zulab been take over 23% of the shares of Salcab. Yeah. Is somebody listening? Okay. Zulab take over 23% of the shares of Salcab. NFTC then take over some part of Salcab. They not tell we almost percent to then are some part of Salcab, and then still they engage with the Ministry of Information. So ACC fair not say then motokaya, then 6 motokaya where the audit service in Yaigopa, then they in possession of Zulab and NFTC. So them bra with the car, the 6 motoka where Salcab get, they take her. How they come? So when they take them, they don't take them for use. They do change of name. SCC not tell we that one do. So it be done there in Salcab possession first. Was it previously owned by Salcab before this thing and Zulab and NFTC? So now after that, they can give them. Now Uda can go safety for go do change of name. Or what's happen now? Whether they claim say na Salcab get them, but today in possession of Zulab and NFTC. In possession, okay, possession. You get me possess, but today in me name, and I me possess. All right, I hope you paying attention. I hope you pay attention. No. Let we all try for and get and make sense of this one, because I really be one know how the mutuka the name. They say they in possession of them one, then they so now then change the name for say no to Salcab again, and then get them now na Zulab and NFTC and then get her. But anyway, ACC say it in possession of Zulab and NFTC. NFTC, they say some parts don't still in negotiation. How they end up get with the motoka? Ona for carry out the daily running. All right. I'll continue. So, waiting ACC then fair note. ACC say it clear like water. It is crystal clear for say the name Echo 1, under which the 6 motorcar then register, na consultant. We install the submarine line nationwide. Okay. So, Zulab and NFTC, then they in possession of the motorcar. But not so the name they do. Now, Echo 1, their own name, they na the motorcar there. And when they check who that na Echo 1, now they want them we become put a submarine internet cable. So for saying that them begin with the motorcar there, if them begin with why the motorcar they not be ever day na Salcab their own name, why still they na Echo 1 their name? Okay. So this now waiting ACC then suggest. They say based on waiting they don't fair not, ACC don't recommend say all 6 of them motorcar then they where they na the audit report as registered in the name of individuals be changed and re-register in the name of the MDA where they supervise these 2 companies. A Christian here said the name Echo 1 under which them motokaya register na consultants. Again, based on we own findings, we recommend say all 6 them motokaya within the audit report as registered in the name of individuals. How individuals kind of be Echo 1? ACC, now they confuse me. Now yeah, una say Echo 1 na registered the motorcar then Echo 1. But don't yeah, una say as registered in the name of individuals. Una for anyway. Them motorcar then the audit report. Thank you for pick them up. Because them be don't go. Them be don't go. Individuals now. Echo 1 now. They say for change them back. For change them back. To the supervising people them. Or the supervising company here. You see what I read beaucoup. What I tell you say, na them ACC don't dig deep inside, not so. Go on our website. You go find them there. All where ACC don't look inside. You go find them, yeah? But for now, me I look inside Salcab. Me I read for you. Because me I not look. Salcab and police. Like out to Smantoli. Let us see Usai in one touch. Welcome on board Usmantoli. You get the platform, sir.
Thank you, AAA, for your brilliant report on the ACC, the action and intervention on the Auditor General's report of 2019 and that of COVID-19 report. It is of no secret, AAA, that from all the previous Auditor's General report, the country is very corrupt. And the corruption na endemic, both in the past as well as the present government. No secret about it. And when the Auditor General reports can come out the ACC can take a look at it. And by law, the ACC go only investigate issues them we get for do with corruption. And clearly, from your report today, we don't listen. We know say it come up with some interesting findings. As we all don't listen, a lot of findings come out, but I'm not going to look at all of them. Instead, what I go just summarize some of the report where the anti-corruption come up with. Very interesting, very, very interesting. And as I say no more to listeners and viewers, we all know say every ministry, department, agency, local institutions, them, local government that are country, they are all corrupt, including that of the police and parliament itself. In fact, according to statistics or report, police are the most corrupt institution of the country, followed by that of parliament. There is no doubt about that report. We all see the evidence day in, day out. Let's just digress a little bit, AAA. Take in the case of the Dominion University, where they go around right now the public domain. Then a clear case of corruption. Clear case of corruption. And this is why a lot of people in the question the integrity of the Anti-Corruption Commissioner. I listened to the interview with the interviewer. According to him, he said, will investigate this case. Because what he do, he said he go only investigate that case if the person use the qualification we get from the university for go apply for job. But the critical question where they come from everybody now in mind, where they think critically. What about somebody where don't they inside a job where that qualification they give them a comparative advantage over the others? Because we know say some people and they receive promotion within that institution because of the qualification we didn't get. So that not will give them an added advantage over the others. That's not will be corruption. These are the questions then this way, I think say they correct currently they circulate in the public domain. But that's a case of corruption, clearly, because it can be an added advantage, a comparative advantage over other candidates them within the institution. And this finding is very interesting, AAA. Let's just summarize some of the issues then, so that we don't waste time too much. When I say we country, na corruption, na in the cancer, I will give you an example from this report. And let's start the case of Bambali District Council, where then they pay people away absent, councillors them way absent. And when the ACC probe investigation into Bambali District, they pay the money. So that they admit say corruption they inside. What about the institutions then? What they expect say them for be credible? Institutions of learning, such as the EBK University, such as the Jala University. These are our top universities in the country. Jala University, the Anes Baikoroma University. Then found them wanting. They found them wanting. And it go interesting for no say, the deducted with all the tax. That is to say, the tax where they deduct from procurement, where they're supposed to go pay to NRA, they don't pay them. They owe them. Until when ACC, probe investigation, then pay that money. So that is a clear case. That's no argument that corruption take place in that country. What about McKinney Government Hospital, the Falaba District Council? They're all, in the case of withholding taxes, where they refuse to pay to NRA. Yesterday, we discussed how the country hard. If you know they pay tax, of course, and again, it contribute to the hardship of the country. We have to be candid with some of their submissions here. One interesting revelation from this report from the ACC is about Guma Valley Water Company, which should be, and of course it will be, one of the reputable companies in another country. Can you imagine about 3.2 billion leones where they deduct as pay as you earn tax from the salaries of the employees? From the salaries of the employees that they deduct that money there as pay as you earn. They're not going to put on an NRA. You tell me how the country will go before with them kind of thing. And all of this, what make a comment on this? Because they don't accept. And some of this, they don't make payment. So they don't begin make payment, so they don't make payment. So you see how corruption become very endemic in that country. We have to be candid. We have to be honest for push 10 things here so that we all go try, for civil side, we fall short. It's no surprise. One other interesting observation at Triple, I think you mentioned that, and it's very, very important. Over the years, let's say in this clear case now, yeah, we see Usai, the Auditor General's report come, and give their own report. Then the ACC look into that investigation, they will get for deal with issues of corruption, and give their own report. One thing will come out clear, a lot of then institutions, some of them MDAs here where they investigate, including local government. Some of the institutions here, where they found one thing, where ACC carry out the investigation, some of these institutions are vindicated. You talk about that. They are vindicated. The question to every critical thinker here is, why is it that when the Auditor General investigate these things, they found out, say, there is some form of either misappropriation or they not follow the due process. Why? When the AC come now, then clear, then people are there vindicate them. These are the questions. It could be possibly two things. Whether the MDs they don't respect the Auditor General, they don't take and say this is like culture, where the Auditor General can investigate them, they know they take them serious, they know they produce what they ask them for produce, they know they comply, they know they cooperate. So consequently, they know they take the institution serious. So in most of the time, there is misappropriation or lack of following the due process, the procedure. But when the AC come, for example, you mentioned that AAA, you talk about the police. They are vindicated. You talk about the Ministry of Defense as well, where they give them 60 bikes for patrol. We borders them. Yeah, the Auditor General say they not follow the due process. They not produce what they ask them for produce. Then the ACC come. These people are vindicated. They say they not broke nothing. What will they see now? Yeah. Is it because the ACC they hide something, or is it because the audit service not they do the proper thing, or is it because the institutions then afraid Anti-Corruption Commission at the expense of that of the Auditor General's report? These are some of the questions where for the camp that you mind where they talk about it here. Yeah, and I talk about the Ministry of Defense, the Sierra Leone Police are all vindicated by this report. Yeah, the Office for National Statistics themselves. Let me get 30 motorbikes. Yeah, then clear them by ACC. Where Auditor General may found them wanting. So there is that kind of, this is a challenging question between the Auditor General's report and that of the Anti-Corruption Commission. We get questions them still fundamentally we for ask about this. I think say the need for look into that. So that the institutions that if not only take the Auditor General's report serious, let them begin take and serious. However, we don't say all these things, but we still await for more report. We know say some serious allegations they happen from this Auditor General's report. For example, the forged receipt from the office of the president. We wait for that report today. We want a clear report. Because when it comes to issues of corruption, yeah, there should be no cherry picking. Yeah, there should be no sacred cow. Yeah, you therefore ensure say every department, every ministry, every agency, every local government has to be investigated. And I think, we careful raise concerns because clearly, as I say, AAA, we know say the corruption, nine are the cancer in that country. Day. Yeah. So until then, take that issue very seriously. I don't see how that country will move forward. I know we'll see how that country will move forward. And it annoys me so much. Just like most of other people. It annoys me because, we talk about parliament. We're supposed for the debate some of the issues here. We're supposed for prevent some of them corruption here. They stay adamant. So some of them report here. They stay completely adamant. Yeah? And just to crown it all, AAA, I will go back to the issue of the Dominion University, where they go around on the public domain. Interesting, very, very interesting. And I listened to the Anti-Corruption Commissioner, very, very interesting. The fact remains that I asked this question to the Anti-Corruption Commission. In talk on several occasions, we don't listen to her. One of them main strategy, one of the key strategy, now that prevention strategy. In other words, how you go able to prevent the strategy, the corruption from happening in the first place. So if such a prevention strategy is then in mind, how will you ensure that institutions were supposed to be credible, where they award top degrees in the country? Yeah, such as Dominion University. Yeah, you say you know the investigator. If you say, if you investigate them now, it will prevent other, things like this for happen in the long run. These are some of the questions where I feel say, and for the ask some of their the Anti-Corruption Commission. I think say there are issues then where therefore deal with the Anti-Corruption Commission. And prevention strategy, go be appropriate in this respect. So that then people are not going to be a comparative advantage to other candidates them where they apply for top jobs in that country. How tomorrow they go see we now the outside world. Tomorrow they go just say that country where get PhDs them way, rewarding. Sorry, I digress a little bit, but it's also part of the discussion waiting on the floor right now because we are tired of them here. This is all a part of strategy, part of corruption. I think say, to a very large extent, I believe say, the Anti-Corruption Commission, they just they continue for damaging credibility. And you listen to the whistleblower where they interviewer. They say don't report this into the Anti-Corruption Commission, but they not take them serious. But these are issues of corruption, as I don't explain clearly. So AAA and to all the listeners, them, at the left on be the judge. I dey left una on a be the job. So thank you very much, and thanks to everybody with this thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's na Usman Toli in your take on the 2019-2020 special audit for COVID-19, where the audit reports come out from the Auditor General. But continue, they don't look inside already. I know. Right now, they make like so don't understand. They wait for one particular one. Usman Toli toucher. If that day, I will be the talk, but I just know. Yeah. Like our two friend, let me hear you. Waiting na in take today. Welcome on board, friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks a lot to Mr. Usman Toli for his contribution. And thanks to listeners and viewers. And thanks to the source of the information. How you for bring that for we. Yes, this is ACC, the episode 4 with the long release. So it look a little bit alarming. But I believe, say, there is an issue where ACC gets a big default. The default way ACC get, you know, say the issue side them big money they come on a saloon more than that procurement, apart from other areas. Buy goods, buy service, do this, try forget way for let them go get. But then get for look into what's in this requisition demand. You see, they use out then the supply officials them. But that effective measure we then we use for investigate the procurement related corruption. Now that area day, that procurement related corruption. Because other corruption than they, but these are the procurement. Now that area day they can not able to give you a better timeline. But you find out, say, when they bring them things there, then they always bring them with. In fact, this one it look a bit contradicting, like the other one. The other one, they then would just write out. See an example. I bring up quickly example of that generator when they talk about Chinese. So you then just wipe them out one way. Say no. Afterwards, and the document. Afterward, now in this, the timeline of who say they buy them, who then they bring them, they're not able to show it. When they bring and they're not able to show it. When they've been good, you know, say I'm able for show it. But in just get one way. But here and I get two ways. They show me say one thing they see them, but now invisible, we don't know say they then the ACC now, not the auditor. The auditor general, they don't bring in on process, he don't do in selection, he don't do in planning, he don't do in execution, and then he don't do in reporting. Then the follow up. Now the follow up now they in can get in your go pray how you go settle fine. But the calculation we don't put panel things that we don't bring inside, it left to how the ACC get for adjust them. But now they don't give me two things now. See the report, the receipt, NASIT, some side they deduct this. So already then don't accept it. There is evidence of fraud or corruption, or they don't take money, put another pocket way before they don't either go back to government because they don't change, they don't listen there. So government goes, well, I use them, but other thing. But just to cap up that area there, now that area there, then careful look into how effective, because you careful look at, say, these are criminals who are very, very, they're very, very intelligent. When they do the criminal, they they're very clever when they do this. So when you go, you they look at the behavioral pattern, because now that one day they study saying that this now in that this thing will happen at salon. So when I don't understand saying that this happen at salon, and they use now the sense from the books them way I don't read, or the knowledge I don't get, for put on that way the way it happen locally. But when you see that the books, then you know what you go use, and then you don't look say that that process they are. If it is no advantage, you know the proof say this. So in the beginning, rule out, then you leave out the culture. Like you always have was the things that we go for do, but put in that country. People then go for look at for fit in how it go. So people go understand. They use self go do you work easy. Here are the people that would do this procurement. You get the big people that would did it and get and say and get bid evaluation committee. Now you they find out say what then they do. You get the one that would the business people they serve them there and they're lobbying. When they bring their business, also all man would go buy Honda all time. So they want to find always the friend they can and put them the business in each country because they know say now that one day then they get big time money. Not to all the time they go buy cash now either they or buy. So you they see now say then they always lobby. That now the one side. Then they begin to bring gifts. Some of them can lobby with girlfriends for country say, okay, look woman, you get this. They will convince you that some now alcohol, some now if you are gambling or something, they even go treat you. Then at the side of the businessman, but you now when at the man where they go for go bill, what did they take the example case study of the police for here. Then no say, then they always try for negotiate with the partners. And what then they do? Then they always try for give the leakage of for say now 4 people they don't can be though. That man will be done. They do the so-called lobbying. Now then they go tell say, well now Mr. A don't can say he go give me this tier for this price. So he go back to that man with the lobby, he go explain as well, he said cut you small so that we will for come to you. That despite whatever deal come out there now. But so you see that kind of areas you get for tackle. You get for tackle all that area because I they call that requisition stage. What's that requisition stage day? Now the people and what they demand a supply, they want for handling a supply and something. Then they can bring say we want to get bikes, we want to get motorcar, or we want to get a vehicle where they try for do so and so thing. So now then you get for tackle say when the public official they begin to split the amount for they will change in order. It get for split them. Now there they go ask you, you will give that money for the procurement. They make sure say the money is gonna be split. So now that strategy they get, they get the other one way they say, okay, right now I'm going to find out I'm going for require approvement. For let them go approve this. Now they still go meet the if they get them plan there, they get the plan first for cut the money, if they get the plan for let it go able for get approvement for so say the documents them, then they get the one way they say okay, how the public inflation in budget, all those kind of things. Public so it can now it take a own plan, it go to this businessman. So now there you, the man who at the ACC, you know say then get what they call modus operandi. Now Latin word, what in this mean? Then the behavior where the criminal he gets, you they understand in behavior because in behavior now, they always look for good things where they try forget that pattern they way in get na pattern for good things, but the good things natural, the money, the profit natural, the skills natural. Now that one day you they can inside tackle. But once you know able to forget things, that anytime when you go for go attack that case day, you they find out say you not get the timeline where they buy them for sure say evidence this receipt and this 10 year they sign them. You don't get evidence for proof which are them people are they meet or even undercover people them. So that when you begin to give them things there, you they send out people them for go tackle them things there. Let them go no say bike and therefore procure and then people that will know see they sell bike. Now they begin they just watch how they things there they go. Now we see. So you they catch up with time. That makes you a very good, tricky, and clever ACC or anti-corruption investigator. We want to put up you section 7 according to the Act of late 40 and 48 for that we're able to delegate me duty. But when you always ignore these things there, the stage they reach now, when you invite now, because when they invite the quotation, and that stage when they can invite the quotation, and the money they can't go. Because then their quotation when they don't go give, then they can't take her now. But then go invite them for say then they buy her, or then go really pay for them. Or now the amount of vehicles or bikes they go buy all, or they go buy some. Or then go just say, well, I'll keep this money in suspend in between. Now we'll see how far this they go. If this happen, you know now, say, now for bring for me the receipts. Please, so that when I bring the receipts, you said we'll get your own. So you have a lot of things to do with timeline. You look at how the people in behavior there in that country there, you get for they bring them back to the public, and then you get forget people and where they go around for them. But when you fail all these kind of things, now in you they find out say people and know they get credibility. And again, you self would come because of influence where certain people then get related to certain areas, and then you self want to use your own influence for say I get power for I go able for amend this year because I mean I'm ready to I go just give them so or love say where them laptop them be disappear with their phones and with that COVID or that so-called NACOVAC, then later they begin to bring them, they begin to bring you careful no say e wrong. You not get for hide something because things are practical. Post you not go in house, you tell me say this thing don't lost. Then I inside this house one day, like 2 or 3 picking I get. Then later now I see party then begin to go, then they begin to count bag inside. When they can't tell I do, nobody bring bag inside and they come on. I just will find out why those bags are coming. So now that make me somebody who will become a good parent who they look over things for them to be fair enough in the home. But yeah, you look say you ignore. You see a man count the bag, you come on back. You go no say that's something suspicious. But just because sometimes either you say, well, I know Allah give problems with picking, or I know Allah this one are the big one. So you begin to separate this thing, but those are not the kind of influence we they bring. You they try for stop something so that you will help the one them go, then they even do them. You will help them for stop, and then you they help the country in a whole. And then you self they get recognition because you pride they go. Then the citizen then go able for begin to feel the benefit of it, say, yeah, we trust the process, we then they go with. Then if they get us enough, then will they only get one, they would and they say, okay, would they discern, and then why no more would they pick, would they do that thing there? You can't go before because receipt, goods, and services there, like things that when you get for put in timeline, receipt, goods, the services that what they do. But when you always left that time, like you're not going able to get and right. All you they wait for, you they turn on the book because you will be looking. If you look in Twitter page or on Facebook page, you will see the pile of books. I think it was just 3-4 months ago before Christmas. You buy the big books them in the very easy. I don't know when you go down for read them. But this is not what would they say. It increase in knowledge, but it not they go to cultural level. It go to the knowledge instead of the common sense where you go interpret for that you go able to work inside that society today so that people then go able to see how they work. When they talk this, they bring this. When they talk this, they bring this. But when you as somebody relates the things and now you go not say it is fraud in anything. So we pray God so that the leaders then would dependent institutions there would they delegate. We know they say that they do very good job because then they try to bring them, but when they bring them, they bring them now where it don't cold. So that they go say, well, no, we left and they cool down for us so that we'll show say, oh, they don't come pay, then we'll forget about them. So when this sacking they go, you go find out say, will they reduce the corruption? But will not they really reduce them at a rate where the criminal they take the money, then they go step higher. Anytime you miss the other strategy they bring, those are the areas where I hope say then go able for look into so that we will get credibility, not a relationship when they say then get a good relationship with the president or influence, then get for influence the society by doing something credible because then they be as ref as they say between the money where government they try for put for let things that will go before, then the people that will they take and let's see and let's go let the people and see them. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. Let God continue for helpful leaders and those doing these jobs the way they get for them. But money they go, you know, side they go. And you know they go for let it go even help people then. And the one day when they see them go help something that for passionate thing no more, what you go do, where you go busy something, you go give something and then say, oh, this man, you don't do big thing here. When it comes for development, we go concern everybody so that fund they you know go some side, they no go for retreat them, you go then divert them. The schools and they, hospital and they, the other things and they self they even cry for things they wouldn't want, wouldn't the strain forget because then get watching about recurring budgeting things that want ongoing, they can get in one-off one, and these are the one-off one when they don't take, now they don't left the recurring one. So people already get salary and that, people already get this and that, so on and so forth. Let God help we leaders. And thank you very much for the platform. Let God help you, sir. And God help all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Uswend.
You're welcome, yes, sir.
That now Uswend in your submission today. Let we come with Tony. Make we waiting and get for we. Welcome on board, Tony Touye Jones. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, Abraham. Thanks for having me. Good evening, family, or good morning, wherever you listen. You know, fighting corruption in Sierra Leone, it's a difficult thing. It's really a difficult thing because the way it is as alone, my whole syndicate, it's all syndicates. But the institutions and way for make them easy, way for make fighting corruption be a nationalistic thing, we involve everybody. Now them actually they give a deaf ear, deaf ears, or probably they make they know they see or this. You know, sometimes I'm not keen one for blame Ben Kalfala because the fight is really big where you take the magnitude they were at which way this na syndicates before even Ben Kelfala not even born it. You understand what I mean? People don't know the thief. You get a whole parliament. Imagine parliament gets a responsibility after audit reports come out. They need for review them, then go through them, see them, then get oversight committees them. They have oversight committees and we then committees and the way they set up in the parliament. If they actually they do their work effectively, you understand? They're really effective and efficient in the oversight, the way that they do a job, what they do. Some of them findings and the way they come up after audit reports or this or that, they're going to be minimized. Because most of the people that they put in the oversight committees, they are people that we knowledgeable and get knowledge or expertise in any different ministries. Also, for instance, I do accounting. They go put you say, okay, you do finance oversight. So basically, when we do the oversight, when they ask question, so when they're doing oversight, you understand, when they're doing their oversight, they're able to ask the required questions them where they for ask. So basically, just like how the auditors then will come. Their job is basically follow up and see exactly what's in the happen. And most of them MDAs then they get audit department, they get internal audit departments, then get finance departments. But because of it's a syndicate, where I mean people there several people there from up take and down involved in the game, it make it difficult for make even Ben Kelfala because Ben Kelfala is not the one going for do follow up. Now reports and they can get I get staff for the way themselves they work. Just like how Lara Taylor Pierce or Samba Mumo, they don't go out there doing the audit work. They have staff where they go at the end of the day, they come, then give them reviews and give them reports. Now, just the same way, you understand? So, if then people then they go do their work, they don't get the empowerment just like how they empower them, you understand? They will empower in a sense, people then go treat them like I say, they just ordinary people that we come. Because if parliaments they do their work, if parliaments they do their work, remember when auditor go for go audit, all the supporting documents and then for the make available. Yesterday we mentioned about Sarah Tell and everything. Almost 126,450,000 we they received. They were not in the audit, they're not even reporter. Just because they are not doing their job. So when you look at the whole thing, if we see us for fed corruption as a law, now we now from up, calm down. Ben Kefala, they do a good job. You know, I don't want for like we dumping in zeal or whatever way they do because I mean it's a fine stuff they go to do. But when you look at the institutions where for actually what in Ben Kefala they do so, Ben Kefala they do now Parliament for the first step and what for take first approach. If Parliament full follow up, give those institutions timeline. See, say some of these issues will come up in audit reports they are not addressed, then anti-corruption can come and follow up. You understand? But the work with anti-corruption, they do so right now, asking questions, therefore do like a forensic audit, go down and investigate the parliament. So if parliament no, they do their work. Then they cause all this problem. If Salon de Usa Ide so today, some people of them, people go and they go to parliament, they when they are broke. Some man even get I mean, don't forget, but I mean, I know how to mention education. Some man go there broke, you know, get money, just go there for go flop in pocket, you go for go buy motor car, for bills, together, this and that. Then they cause this problem. Because when the ministry know they do in work, now therefore they raise voice. But most times when they go, they say they receive brown envelope. They say they go, well, we can't find you. And you know, say this on a Friday, what see they happen. So they say don't turn bigger. So by the time when you go to deposit when and then you fee for over see, you understand? They don't begin give you envelope. You don't compromise the situation. You don't compromise your work. So even if there are findings, even if you kill they go on, even if there is a massive corruption they go on, they don't care because they don't get. Then we don't give you money. You say we don't expand the money. You understand what I'm saying? So they make the whole thing very difficult. Not for say they don't know. Excuse me, not to force anti-corruption, or people in a salon don't know what they happen. No, that make. If Parliament really do their work, Parliament do the oversight job where they for do for all the ministry, MDAs that country, they anti-corruption they work the smooth. If it is really smooth. Certain contracts they know when they even award, certain things they do when they go even invite the MPP boss when I sorry, come and say, hey man, calm now, if you can answer some of them things. We notice say some of the contracts they award or this or that or protocol, they fly out some protocols, you know, some procurement protocols. They go find a way. That's anybody we want to do anything. It think twice. Say yes. I mean, this is actually business as usual. You understand? Because this is like business unusual. Because now heads then they way they watch, people then they way they watch. Well, it's a syndicate. Parliament now they do their work. If Parliament really they do their work, Abraham. And I mean, some of them fight here when they talk about money missing, they know they pay GST, they know they buy the actual amount of things that they save for buy, then this, then that, you know, the bill. The whole man. So man, I mean, so everybody want for work for government now. Everybody want for this because it make. Why you see some man they work for government? When you see them basic pay, you see them take home pay or what's in there. You not gonna believe and see with the kind of assets where people in the buy. Where do you think all those money are coming from? I know the problem. So people personally they're doing their business, they get other sundry income elsewhere. But who say if you say some of their money then they come out? All nine they deprive, they make this country they outside this. So people now they think about the country, people they think about their own personal benefits. Even the one the way they operate. Even regime go, regime come, they all. This fat where you see the fat so not for the not for salon. Because they know the problem. All this fat everybody in the fat now for their own personal enrichment. Because for make salon develop and reach the side way if for day, we all know the problems. We all know the pitfalls. We all know the people, the challenges. We all know what's in happen, what people they need. But people then they turn deaf ears because they want for focus who side in the get, who side in the eat. So it really make the work very difficult for the young guy. You know, it's very difficult. I mean, anybody can go to the end and be mad. That's picking business because it's like a pandemic. You know what I mean? It's very difficult for fights because so hurts even you will go fight somebody who says the person na big person at the party. You can't say but boy you want to move side it or say now you bring with the Benkel fella somehow. He understand Benkel no they grab it him. People go through normal life like anybody else. You understand? So when you say go fight the fight. But where there is principles, where there is policies in place, where people then they respect law as an order. All that they have to show now lawlessness, bruh. Not all lawlessness now street no more taxi driver, they park and decide you like put the park anywhere. Then money they don't put in base we make for use for national development. All that is lawlessness because they do it, they know they go free, nobody know go ask question, now both case. Afterwards, I was there. I said, "Boy, Abraham, me party. Na me ain't go up. Na me ain't go school. Na me ain't this. I will go talk to. I know you know. I go talk to. I know you know what you. I will go talk to Abraham. Never na me mando. Na about to carry this and that. You know it. The next go the car can't find no car envelope. So Abraham said 2019 motoka, 2018 motoka. Where they find the money, then they can't give the money when they go buy that motoka. So what if you say you go talk? Then they happen. They happen in our society. Telling you, it's a difficult fight. You know, it's a difficult fight. Parliament need for do the oversight job. If they not do the oversight job, they make the job of anti-corruption or the head difficult because if they're not they even when last you see the audit reports when last 2018 2019 2020 you see them church no because they not say they all receive pay they all oversight they all receive money They all receive. No, they say we go tell you, you never receive favors or you never get something from the ministry. They all they send kind and they pack for them. We send kind and they pack for them. I mean, that's me say it's sad. You know, that's something untakeable. But I mean, Parliament need for do them job for make it more easier, make even the institutions them let them respect audit service. Now therefore dress. It's just like when you get your devil. If you disgrace your devil, man, now you go make like people that afraid you devil. Now you go make people that respect the institution. But because of them, you know, I mean, there's no respect. No respect, for the ministry for whole audit service. No respect because they respect her when they bring them those findings them up. You go see that when they grab and take them up 2-3 months, you go see all man go sit up. All man go sit up. Everybody go there and work. You go see corruption will be minimized. That's why the anti-corruption not get less. They will get less work. But they know they do the work. All man want it. That's the thing, brother. I mean, thanks for having me. I mean,
all right, thank you very much, Tony.
Yeah.
We want to say thanks to Tony Toure Jones and Usman Kamara and also Usman Toli for their own contribution today. Wait Tony they talk just now. He talk about devil. You would guess you devil. I remember something. Freetown in 230 years. We'll be there live now, eh? We do one live now, not so. You don't get 100,000 views now. Say a network, trust me. What you see cultural devil and be there, eh? Not so. One particular devil day where we reach Abacha Street, Kisi Street, Sunny Abacha Street, to reach ne. Nothing that they makituma ne. They boku. E si usai di makituma dengera. Eh? Now just yek. It make like say it go for pare. If you see what the makituma then they run. Like I meet one of Sarah network person. Like I can tell say you see a scared there. Then they afraid me. Imagine who wanna mix my devil. And the excitement where scared people in. Where the people all go for them by the market. Now we can meet back, they can't tell. You see what scared there? Then they forget me. Now Tony be the talk just now. That devil they be all left fear upon people. So we reach some sign no more. We scatter crowd so. Now yak them no they go by themselves. Then go for them by the market there. They feel good. Come meet we. They can't tell we say if we see we yak them people they wouldn't they forget that. We then go for them. What do me want to remind the ACC commissioner? What do I want to remind her? Now be don't tell we say if they do lifestyle audits. Lifestyle audits. Now be don't tell we. Say if they know they pay you one kind way, you they live past that means day. He go investigate you. Mr. Commissioner, sir, ACC, Francis Ben Kaifala. Are they see you? Are they see? That's some man where they see at this tongue right now. Hey, Peter and reach waiting and they drive so. Some man then compound waiting park day. You need for investigate so that lifestyle audit will be say they do. And I'll forget that side. Because man then right now they bill. Man then way they drive. Why they can't catch me say if me they Whether they wear $500 suit. Now me talk, huh? You know yeah, where you talk, huh? I better go balance me. But Balance me today, balance me tomorrow. Not to me talker. But at the commission and NBC in the investigate lifestyle. Right now the lifestyle they don't begin the when they make them federal. So dear, not forget. We'll open the phone line. We'll open the phone line. If you want for add, if you want for subtract, let us know. If you for left and so, then tomorrow, Friday, we go get we first waiting. Good old days. Inside 2022. Yeah. Let's see if lifestyle with the portrait picture purchase. Me, I don't know. All a part of the lifestyling. The man I be tell we. Saying they do lifestyle audit. Me just one reminder. He said for ask the commissioner for privatization for a $500 suit. True. Mr. Shila say triple almost all man get money where they work. Now money where they work not able give am that richness day. Corruption dey behind day. Right. And touch one more side that come out here. One more side no more. One more side. One more side. Then I left here. Who side they go for them? EDSA. David Ketiolte asks about the $7.5 million for Cameroon. Me na EDSA wango. EDSA and then give me lights. EDSA. EDSA be then at the audit report. And at this ACC FENOT. The 2020 audit report say EDSA beget a loan value at $7 million. Let them they sink first. The loan where the report in capture say EDSA go take $7 million loan. Okay? $7 million loan. And that one day, a clear liability of EDSA. Because the letter of credit for enable a steady supply of fuel for the car power ship. FBM say for 2 days now and no get light. Well, una Waterloo, una costament to blackout. Costament to blackout. So, waiting then at the audit report say EDSA go lend $7 million for pay the car power ship for fuel. Okay. Car power ship for fuel. Now subsidize? No. Because these are EDSA go to us. Not to government lend them. Who that then go to us too? But I mean they take money now we earn. Not so we all the thief electricity. Alright. $7 million. But relevant documents for this loan, they not submit to the auditors then. Or disclose the general purpose financial statement for the $7 million. So ACC say, when they investigate, this now waiting in fair not. They say EDSA not take the loan, they not be give EDSA the loan, as the report say. Waiting then at the report say $7 million. ACC say EDSA not be take. They not give them. They not give them the loan. The investigation shows say the letter of credit it team up as a contingent liability yet to be utilized. Yet to be utilized. All right. The ACC also finds that EDSA has so far been fulfilling in your financial obligation under the contract. All right. Therefore, ACC opened the eye wide by this one where they say na kept in view. The day before then, a CCTV camera, then they look and so they look me and they look you. $7 million. Yet to be utilized. All right. And the left handy. What again? I wanna be saying. Now we go. What's that? Roads Authority. Roads Authority. Inside the 2020 audit report, then Fenot say Sierra Leone Roads Authority paid untaxed allowance to the tune of 160 million 965,000 leons to in board members there. Papa God. When they not tax the allowance then. 160 million 965,000 to board members between 2016 and 2018. ACC investigation, however, shows say no direct or indirect fraud of embezzlement of public funds be there inside this transaction. Yeah. Then pay on tax allowance to the sum of 160 million 965,000 leons to the board members them between 2016 and 2018. ACC fair not say, however, for say fraud be take place, directo, indirecto, embezzlement of public funds, no. Rather, ACC say like na negligence on the part of the authorities concerned. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Not to yao. Negligence. They not say and sin of God. So if you do what you not for do, or you not do what you supposed for do, though you say, he escaped me, I don't know, you get a pass for that? Eh? Hi. Therefore, ACC recommend for the management of the roads authority for refund the full amount. They say not to direct or indirect fraud take place. Now just negligence. Get a pass. But anyway, una can't pay the money back. Salon Roads Authority una sabi shebu 160 million. Look we community road then. Look we community road then. Look how then they. As you left the main road, bend na any community road, you are on your own. But una sabi shebu 160 sitting on a board. I don't know if na pigeon or na pepper board. I don't know. Look the road there. I take that money there, I eat am. And they see the road there back home. Serafina say, our own turn will come. Or our own time will come. So be tell a policeman. Una try no more. I think Motokana the last na salon. As you come on a main road, na off road, you don't go straight. As you come on main road, you don't go off road. Then the community roads, then they compete against themselves. And they compete. On a sabi sheb. Anti-corruption say no to direct or indirect fraud embezzlement to do. But no more return the money. Una return ya. God help una. How go local thing today? Eh? So anti-corruption say, we don't tell you. Go read the full report. Go read the full report. They're not even maintenance the main road. Papaya. Hey, salon. Na film. We'll go there back tomorrow. Oh, left here. Till we meet again tomorrow. Triple C. Tata.